The only secular country in the Middle East that is not Muslim is Israel. So now when you say Israel is Jewish but secular, and they accept Muslims and Baha'is and Christians and Druze and all those people equal, and they can become judges and so forth, but you don't allow them in the Arab world. If you ask them this question, if you ask any of your guests this question, they're going to say, yeah, we can do it anywhere, but not in our countries, because they are the filth. I'm sorry to say, they say you are the filth of the humanity because you're not Muslim. Look, there are two values they're using. It's poisonous values called taqiyya. That's one. And there's another one called tawriya. There are two values they're using in the realm of politics. Taqiyya is to lie openly about anything because you are in a two-state situation. There is the state of peace, which is the Islamic countries, and there's the state of war, is the countries who are not fully Islamic yet. So if you are in the state of war, and if me and you in a war zone now, and someone comes to me and say, are you Jasem Aljuraid? Because if you are Jasem Aljuraid, I'm going to kill you right now. I don't know how Jasem Aljuraid looks. I'm going to say, no, I'm not Jasem Aljuraid. I'm someone else. That's taqiyya. That's in the war zone. This is protection. So they're using it as one shield of protection. So they want to infiltrate in. So they need to lie in order to find that seat. There is tawriya. And tawriya is even more dangerous, in my opinion. Let's, for example, if you have $20 in your pocket, and I beg you for $10. I say, Daniel, please, I only need $10, to fill my gas and then reach my destination. You're gonna say, I swear to God, I have no $10. I'm gonna believe you. But what's in your pocket is $20, is not 10. So that's tawriya. So that tawriya now, you can reflect it on any political action. Let's say if you want to pass a law, and you say like, okay, we have this in our constitution. You have it in your constitution. It says blah, 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 but you're missing one word. I'm going to lie and I'm going to swear to God that what you said is not truth. It's not truth. It's not the truth. And then I remember it well, but I only missing one word. So that word playing is also used in like the mayoral candidate in New York, and everywhere that you go around now in the Western countries, you see those people using also tawriya. In my opinion, the problem is when you have the state of war and the state of peace, and this value is something that they defend with their blood and souls. You see that there's no comeback from really, restore the Judeo-Christian values back to the societies. I know this is very radical, maybe as a solution, but I told the West, and I'm participating in a couple of think tanks. I said, do you know what is the solution? We can see the solution, but you are ignoring it. So what is it, JJ? I said, to restore the Judeo-Christian values. Forget about the secularism for a moment. The societies now are educated. They know that coexistence is important. They know that immigration is important and everything. But you have to bring back the Judeo-Christian values. And then do not allow anyone to come and change your status quo in your countries with their own religious beliefs. You have to protect your religion. You have to protect your state. And we have to remember that the only secular country in the Middle East that is not Muslim is Israel. So now when you say Israel is Jewish but secular, and they accept Muslims and Baha'is and Christians and Druze and all those people equal, and they can become judges and so forth, but you don't allow them in the Arab world. If you ask them this question, if you ask any of your guests this question, they're going to say, yeah, we can do it anywhere, but not in our countries, because they are the filth. I'm sorry to say, they say you are the filth of the humanity because you're not Muslim. And they have the audacity to come to the first world countries and try to change that status quo. That's why there is an identity crisis in the Western countries. They don't know their values. They have to restore these values, Daniel. Otherwise, I think we're going to lose it.